it's actually not a sphere. It's a giant glowing cube UFO. What is that? I mean, look how it moves. That looks like a traditional flying saucer to me. Y'all, we're jumping right into the UFO sightings they don't want you to see. The Los Angeles Boomerang UFO. Filmed July 26, 2026, witnesses captured this strange craft over Los Angeles, California. They said it was almost the shape of a boomerang. However, there was weird flexing and movement to the craft, where the two ends that were farther apart sometimes were closer together. And the front end was also flexing. They said it was like doing this weird movement. We definitely don't have anything like that. The Canada Triangle. Filmed July 28, 2026. Witnesses captured this strange delta formation in the sky. They were absolutely stunned by its appearance and its disappearance. As in video, we'll see at least one of them completely vanish without a trace before reappearing. Now, the witnesses said that these crafts, whatever they were, didn't make a sound. There goes the other one. Then randomly, that first one, or the second one that disappeared, is going to come back. They're making no sounds, they're coming in and out of existence, and they appeared in a delta formation. What are these things doing in our skies? The Memphis Mothership. Filmed July 30th, 2026. Storm watchers gathered outside to capture this strange cloud in the sky that looked almost like a UFO. And then this happened. What do you guys think those lights are? Now, some are saying they could be green sprites, which are usually red, while others say that's a mothership in the sky. Mexico's Black Mirror. Filmed July 29th, 2026. Witnesses in Mexico captured this strange craft. The witness that filmed the video says that the craft may have been jet black, but it was also very reflective like a mirror. And you could actually see more of a reflection of that light under it on the craft itself than you can see on camera. I feel like these darker crafts are intentionally that way so they can move more stealthily. What is their purpose? The Luminous Cube of Afghanistan. Filmed July 28th, 2026. Witnesses captured this fascinating sighting, and I'm absolutely blown away by it. The witness called it a sphere. However, that's just what they saw. They said the light was too bright with their eyes. After they sent it to me, and we started trying to process through, you'll see that it actually forms a cube within the light. Look at it right there. It's fascinating. The light is so brilliant that the cube appears spherical because the light is overpowering everything. But it's actually a cube. And what's great about this video is you're actually going to see beings under the craft. And in my opinion, they look very eerie and they don't look human to me. Now, it is possible because of the quality. We can't exactly see the people. That light is way too bright and the scenery is way too dark, that it could be humans themselves investigating. I feel like that word of mouth would have spread fast. Like, I actually touched the cube, as opposed to just the person recording it. Still fascinating. Is that another mothership? The Brazilian Fireball. Filmed July 31st, 2026. Witnesses are calling this the UFO fireball, as it was literally hopping around the streets of Brazil on fire. What's shocking to me is that experts are calling this a firework. All right, but look at this. Let's look at it again. I don't think it's a firework. You see smoke coming off of it. This thing is on fire. It could burn so many other things. Look at the lighting on the floor. That does not look like a firework to me. That looked like an orb on fire. The Mexican Plasma Craft. Filmed July 30th, 2026. Witnesses in Mexico captured this strange anomaly in the sky. As they began to zoom in, they realized it was much bigger than they thought it was originally. They thought it was literally an orb of light. As they zoom in, they see this gigantic shape of what they believe is a gigantic craft. They also began calling it a mothership. They said it had streaks and columns of lights that you couldn't really make out on camera, but it looked like the craft itself was layered. So it wasn't just one thing. It was like maybe there was a second floor to it. Do we have 2-story UFOs here? How many of them are on the way? The ring cam anomaly. Captured on a home surveillance system. This massive, insane UFO seemingly lands on someone's front porch before it starts going ballistic. It looks like it has tentacles or something. It almost looks like a star. Some say it looks like a biblically accurate angel, which I can't deny. This is another one where experts are saying it is probably a rogue firework. But again, this one doesn't look like a firework to me. I know what fireworks look like. They tend to shoot and then explode. They're not like spinning and doing dances and having tentacles and moving however the hell they want. The anomalous orb of Brazil, filmed July 30th, 2026. Witnesses captured this strange orb moving across the sky just above the moon. The witness points out the moon so you can see a constant and then points out the UFO itself, which he said was an orb that at first he thought could have been like a Chinese lantern on fire. He said as it drew closer, he could see with his eyes that it wasn't. This was like a luminescent sphere. As he zoomed in, he said that he could see some movement in it and some wobbling and maybe twisting. I didn't quite catch that on the camera, but I do notice that some other lights appear just above it right before the video ends. I didn't see that movement. Still a wild sighting. Michigan, February 20th, 2026. Witnesses saw what they described as a traditional flying saucer gliding across the sky. As the witness pulled out their camera, they noticed a strange glow underneath the craft. You can actually see it here. It's glowing much brighter than its surroundings, and you can tell as it zooms in. As it goes further away, you'll see it actually lights up the whole craft when it's in the distance. This is such a strange sighting. And there it goes. Off into the distance, no explanation. What do you guys think this is? Next, over at Buffalo Lake in Minnesota, witnesses capture what they describe as a giant craft in the sky with several lights. Through the camera, it just looks like 3 or 4 lights glistening, but according to the witnesses, it was like an actual craft, and those are lights attached to it. And it's over the lake, which is surrounded, so there's not going to be any giant ships in the water of this lake. This is wild.
What's going on over there, huh?
Over in Texas, late February 2026, a man hiking through dense terrain encountered a silent black sphere that appeared to start moving towards him. As you can see here, it was hovering and seemingly very ominous. I'm a little iffy on this one, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still waiting on more information. But I do know that the person eventually stopped recording and ran. And that is why I like this, because that's a more realistic encounter, I feel, than going up to it and touching it. I feel like I would freak out. I'd record it to make sure I got it, but then as it got closer to me, I don't know what it's doing. I'd be running. Guatemala, February 8th, 2026. Check this close-up clear footage and watch how the disc glides across the sky. Share this out and take a look. Now, in Pennsylvania, February 8th, 2026, witnesses see a strange craft in the sky. At first, they thought it was a plane, but then realized that it didn't have wings, and it looked strange and curved.
Yo, look, a plane. That plane,
What is it?
the UFO.
It's a UFO. What is that though, for real? No, what is that?
UFO, because the edges are curved.
Dude, it does look curved. What is that? Yo, that does not look like a plane.
It really makes me wonder what some of these things are doing and how some of these UFOs disappear just as abruptly as a YouTube video ends.